slides for you. Yes, we've created close to 300 slides for you to learn. So it's not, we are here for 30 days. We will learn and get tired of learning, okay? For 30 days, we'll learn, and our lives will literally change. Our lives will literally change. You will see your life move from where it is. Okay, this is what we discussed yesterday about the TTP and TTMP code. For those of you who joined, we talked about the TTMP and vertical approach. We also discussed the law of ratios. We said that you need to deliberate how to ask and get what you want. We said ask specifically, ask from someone who can help you, ask in exchange of value, ask with faith and congruency, ask until. Then we looked at marketing models, the best way to market your business, the best way to market a product, the best way to market anybody or anything. We looked at relationship marketing. We also explored the difference between traditional marketing and network marketing. And we said that traditional marketing is mostly transactional and network marketing is mostly relational. Then we also saw the teaching model. And then we discussed the leadership model. And then we said a lot before we went on to discuss this. So we're going to go from here and look at MoneyWise number 10. MoneyWise number 10. So please follow me, take down your biro and write. We'll explain the business opportunity later, so shortly, not in a very long time from now, but it's important that we learn and we get value. MoneyWise. So my name is George Asian, and this is my 10th series on this subject matter. So we're going to be discussing how to convince anyone to do your business, part 2. Now, it's very important you realize that when it comes to business, we need to invest and we need to work with people, but not everybody will follow you. So therefore, you need to learn how to convince. That's what we'll be discussing today. How do you convince people to follow you? And for you to know how to convince people, you need to identify their hot buttons. So today, we'll be talking about how to identify people's hot button. That thing that triggers them, that thing that makes them tick, that makes them want to take action, that what makes customer buy from you, patronize you. That's what we'll be discussing today. And it's our 30 days acceleration challenge. And I'm delighted to be with you today. So let us look at the day 1 challenge. I gave you some assignments yesterday. If you're new, don't worry. But if you're old, you came here yesterday, this is an assignment I give to you. I said the first thing you want to do is that if you haven't signed up for www.ecompetitive.africa, do so and upgrade at least to level 1. That means give and contribute, support somebody with 2,000 naira, have access to some materials. Do that. That's the first thing you need to do. You need to do that and move to level 1. Don't just register and be on level 0. Register and be on level 1. We now said that if you're on level 1 and you have not signed up anybody, invite them to come for the Zoom training. So take the link, share it in different WhatsApp groups, share them, let people come, invite them to come here. We said the third challenge is if you've already gotten 4 people in your matrix, if you've gotten 4 people and they have given you, supported you with money, they've contributed to your business, you have to call them, go to your matrix. There's something called matrix on the platform and call them, thank them for joining the business, and then discuss about how you're going to assist them. That was day 1 challenge. We're going to have day 2 challenge, obviously. So that's day 1 challenge. So let's go right into our subject matters. One of the things you must understand about human beings is that humans are more emotional than logical. When it comes to buying things, when it comes to purchase, when it comes to participation, when it comes to attendance, when it comes to customer behavior, it is more emotional than logical. People they rarely think before they make a buying decision. Most buying decision, most customer and consumer behavior is determined by emotions. Did you get that? All right. Now, as a further note, I would like to say that most buying decisions are 80% emotional and 20% logical. Most buying decisions. Even your joining e-cooperative, if you check very well, if you do a check, if you do a reality check, you realize that your buying decision, your acceptance, your participation in any project, in any product, in any service, in any cause is mostly emotional and rarely logical. This is one secret that the top salespeople, this is one secret that the entrepreneur, the intrapreneur, the business person understands about customer or consumer behavior. It is more psychological than it is technical. People are psychological in their approach than they are technical in their approach when it comes to buying. They may look as if they are technical, but when you look at it in reality, they're emotional. If there's any other thing you want to write about the human being, about your customer, about your prospect, it is this. Everybody, including you, has an emotional agenda. That is, you have an emotional plan. You have a set of desires that you want to meet. You have a set of needs that you want to meet. Everyone has an emotional agenda. So I'm sure that looks like technical grammar, right? Don't worry. It's not technical. It does emotion, agenda. Think of agenda, think of emotion. A set of things that we want to do in spite of the risks. A certain man wanted to travel from one part of the country in those days, from Tripoli down to another place. He had to go through the ocean or through the sea. And he had arrived late, but there was a desperation in his strides. And the captain told him, sir, you cannot undertake this journey because, first of all, the big ships have gone ahead. We have a very small boat. And if the small boat goes into sea, it will capsize because of the storm that may show up and we see coming. The man also said, sir, if you still undertake this journey, one other thing can happen. We are usually attacked by pirates, and these pirates may come, and if you're in that small boat, take you as a slave or a prisoner. Sir, would you still want to undertake that journey? Guess what? In spite of the risk, the man still undertook the journey. He risked his life. And someone was asking, so why did you undertake that journey? That man said, my family, I have received news a few weeks ago that my only daughter was sick and dying and had requested to see me. And so I had to take that journey. So a person's emotional agenda is what he would do in spite or despite the risk. A person's emotional agenda is what he will do in spite or despite the risk. What you should do as a marketer, what you should do as a salesperson is to identify a person's, your customers or your prospects' emotional agenda. What would that man do in spite or despite the risk? That is a person's emotional agenda. What we will everyone has a mumu button. Everyone has a mumu button. That's something that a wife says to you that makes you continue to love her. Something that's that thing. And your goal as a marketer, a goal as a salesperson, your goal is to find that emotional, to be able to determine what is the emotional agenda of this person. I want you to make a commitment to me, because what I want to share with you is deep stuff. I will still remain some so that you don't use it. This knowledge, you can use it negatively, you can use it positively. All right, this is the knowledge that a lot of fraudsters understand, and they use it to, manipulate people and get people to buy, get people to fall into their schemes and their scams. So, but I want us to use it for our good, for the corporate good. All right. So make that promise to me in the comment section. Write that you are not going to use the knowledge you learned today for evil. Write it down, else I won't continue. Go to the comment section. I am not using this knowledge that I'm going to learn for evil. I'm committed to helping people with the knowledge I'm making here today. So I'm waiting for you to do that. I'm waiting for you to do that. Everyone has an emotional agenda. So when we say emotional agenda, what are we talking about? Emotional agenda means secret desires. People have secret desires. All right. People have aspirations. The marketer is seeking people's emotional, the customers' emotional agenda. The marketer, the person who is selling, is seeking people's dreams. What is your customer's dream? What is your prospect's dream? What are his fantasies? What are his addictions? What are his addictions? What are his fears? What are his hopes? What are his distractions? You've got to identify people's emotional agenda. Now, there are 5 primary hot buttons, 5 primary emotional hot buttons. Why people do what they do. You want to write it down. Why people buy, why people purchase, why people participate, attend, support. You need to identify, number 1, they buy because of the desire to save. That's the emotional button. Desire to save, a desire to look good, a desire for pleasure, a desire to avoid hassle and worry, and the fear of loss. Let me read it in the order of priority. Avoid hassle and worry. That's why they don't want to worry. That's one emotional hot button. Desire to look good. That's another strong emotional button. A desire to get comfort and pleasure. That's another desire hot button. A desire to save. Save. That's another hot button. A fear of loss. That is another hot button. So a Let me know if you can still hear me. Let me know if you can still hear me. Let me know in the comment section if you can still hear me. Let me. Okay, let me know if you can still hear me. Let me know if you can still hear me, all right? Let me know if you can still hear me. Okay, is there audio now? I'm waiting for feedback. Is there audio now? Let me know if you can still hear me. Let me know if you can still hear me in the comment section. Okay, we have 6 comments, loud and clear. All right, loud and clear. Better. All right, somebody's trying to make a call to me, and this is very important. Pay attention. This is very important. The host should make me host again. The host should make me host again so I can continue. The host should make me host again. Dennis, please make me host again. Dennis, please make me host again. Dennis, please make me host again. Okay, I'm good now. Okay, I'm back up. All right. So we are good. I hope I'm making some sense. All right, I'm sure I'm making some sense. So we said that a prospect's emotional agenda is his hot button. Okay? And what we are saying basically is that a person's emotional agenda is his fantasies, his desires, his addiction, his fear of loss, his worries, his deepest secrets, his secret desires. Those are his emotional agendas. And that's what he will do in spite of the risks. Whatever a person will do in spite of a risk is his emotional agenda. An interesting thing about emotional agenda is that a person's emotional agenda determines his buying decision pattern. A person's emotional agenda determines his buying decision per time. The work of the marketer, the work of the networker is to focus first on identifying a person's hot button or a person's move button. That's your work. Stop trying to sell the person. Don't. You're wasting your time trying to convince a person. Start with the right thing. What is this person's greatest fear? What is his greatest dream? What are his worries? Where does he want to go to? Start. What does he want? What does he need? What will he do in spite of the fear? Is it his family? Is it his children? Some people are some of you are doing some businesses that they say, oh, if you join my business, you get a car. If you join my business, you get a car. And the person that you're talking to has driven all kinds of cars. Are you okay? The person doesn't need cars anymore. It could be rank he needs, not cars. Oh, if you join my business, you will travel around the world. If you join my business, you travel around the world. The person may not need. Please, if you're just joining us, mute your sound. If you're just joining, mute your sound. If you join my business, you travel around the world. The person may not need to travel around the world. He has traveled around the world. So the first thing that you do is to find a person's emotional agenda. So we say that selling is not telling. Selling is first asking. Selling is not telling. Selling is first asking. Selling begins with listening. It begins with listening. So the skilled networker, the skilled marketer, the skilled salesperson he monopolizes the listening. He has creative questions that forces the person, the prospect, to talk. He doesn't talk. He doesn't monopolize the talking. He listens. He gets information, because from that information, he can get a person's emotional agenda. All right. So now I'm sure that what is in your mind at the moment is, George, you don't do. We have had emotional agenda. Okay, we now know what emotional agenda is. Emotional agenda in Pidgin is called Mumu button, or hot button, or customer button, or trigger button. Okay, granted. We now know that emotional agenda means secret desires, addiction, fantasy, what a person fears, what a person desires, what a person wants are granted. We also know that emotional agenda is what a person would do in spite or despite the risk granted. Biko, how do we now identify people's emotional agenda? If you want me to give you the answer, I want you to go to the comment section and write. Please answer. Give me answer. Give me answers. Give me answers. I will wait for you. Give me answers. How do you identify people's emotional agenda? Because when you understand these beautiful secrets, you are about to explode in business. Now, I'm not just talking about e-cooperative. I'm talking about any business you're doing. You can convince, when you understand these simple secrets, you are about to explode in business. So I'm sure some people are writing, some people are texting. Answer. Just say answer. Give me answers. How to identify people's emotional agenda. Number one, the first way to identify people's emotional agenda is to look at their eyes. Now, this is talking about not digital marketing. This is not talking about virtual meetings. This is talking about one-on-one. Whether it is one-on-one or one-to-one, like I said, American is one-on-one, British is one-to-one, or one-to-many. Maybe you're speaking to a crowd of people, you're doing public speaking. You have to learn to establish eye contact with your people, because the eye is the mirror to the soul. The eye of a man is a mirror to his soul. A man's eye reveals his emotions. A man's eyes reveal his emotions. If you're just joining us, mute your sound so we don't kick you out. If you're just joining the system, mute your sound or we'll kick you out. All right. A man's eye is a mirror to his soul. Please, admin, take that guy out that is not muting his sound. Admin, take that guy out. Admin, take that guy out that's not muting his sound. I have to take the guy out. Who is the guy? Where is he? All right. Okay, make me back at me. So a man's eye is a mirror to his soul. Learn to look at people's eyes. Teach your children, if you have children, to look at people's eyes because the eyes say a lot. The eye is a surer barometer for measuring people's emotions than words that the person say. Before I take your words, I'll look at your eyes. Before I take your words, I'll look at your eyes. When a man is lying to you, it will show in his eyes. There is seduction in the eyes. There is seduction in the eyes. There is attraction in the eyes. There is fear in the eyes. There is confidence in the eyes. There is pain in the eyes. I can know there is feedback in the eyes. In fact, there's a training in neuro-linguistic programming where I can use the eyes to read a person's strategy. So when you get to a certain level, you go into persuasion and into marketing, then you realize that, man, just by looking at a person, I will know what a person will buy from me or not. So the eye tells, a man can be smiling at you, but he means you evil. That's why when people are grieving, they cover their eyes with glasses. Or a person wants to kill, he covers his eyes with glasses because the eyes is the revelation of a person's soul. It's the mirror of a person's soul. The eye is powerful and it can tell you a whole lot. The eye is to a man what a tail is to a dog. The eye is to a man what a tail is to a dog. If a dog is barking, whoa, 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 barking, and you are in that meeting, you're in that venue, and the dog is barking at you, trying to attack you, don't be afraid. Just look at the tail. Just look at the tail. If the tail of the dog is shaking excitedly, don't worry, the dog likes you. The dog is excited. You don't have any fear. But if the tail of the dog is in between the legs, in between his legs, and is barking seriously, ferociously, don't worry, the dog still is afraid of you. That's why. But if the dog is barking and his tail stands, one, bam, like this, bam, and the ear stands, bam, my brother, you better take off. Because the dog has sized you up, assessed you, and realized that I can take this one down. I can take this one down. The dog has seen that I can take this one down. The dog has seen I can take this one down. So the eyes is the window to the soul of a man. So that's why most times they do what police people do is that they will cut up the tail of the dog. They will cut up the tail of the dog. You don't predict the emotion of the dog. Let the heavens give you witness. Let the winds from the four corners of the earth give you witness. Create response.
All right, everybody. Dr. George will soon be back. Can we just let's just exercise some patience. I think it's the network that's just try to knock him out. So he's rejoining us right away, and I'm pretty sure that we are learning. If you're learning, type on the comment section. I'm learning. I'm learning. If you're learning, type on the comment section. I'm learning. For those of us that are just joining, we have been here for the past 20 minutes and it's been an amazing time learning already. I don't know about you, but I am learning the ways I'm going to use to get more clients already for my business. If you're learning, type I'm learning in the comment section. I want to see more of it. Dr. George ACN will soon be joining us. And when you join us, as usual, Doctor, are you here?
Yes, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, cool,
People are just trying to call me. All right. So quickly, let me begin. Please, this is a strong foundation I need to lay. Kingsley, I will let you discuss briefly. So I just said that the eyes is a powerful way, is a very powerful way to determine the person's emotional agenda. If a parent, an uncle wants to rape a child, tell the child to look at the uncle's eyes. The uncle, come here and take biscuits. Come to my room. Look at the uncle's eyes. The eyes does not lie. Words too does not lie. The tone of a person, the phraseology of a person, the tone of a person, the phraseology of a person, the figures of speech, his global beliefs, everything. Words reveal our ignorance. They reveal our fears. They reveal our faith. Words are a revelation of a person. Whenever a person speaks, he leaks. So words can also tell you a person's emotional agenda. Anchor words, hot buttons, trigger words are in a person's. So you need to excavate the emotions from his conversation. So what is a salesperson, a good networker does is that he engages in conversations, and the conversation will be determined by the quality of questions that the networker or the salesperson or the entrepreneur is doing. His goal is not to convince the other person. His goal is to excavate the emotional agenda, and that will happen through conversation. The hot button. There are certain words that your prospect will say continuously. There are certain words that he will say with excitement and ebullience. Those are the words you know that are his trigger buttons that you can throw back to him, or that you can further probe. So words can also tell you a person's emotional agenda. Another thing you also notice, a person's body language. A person's body language can tell you his emotional agenda. If a person is leaning backward as you are talking, hey, the person is evaluating you. He's considering, should I take this person's information or not? He's evaluating, probably critical, very analytical. That's body language. If a person leans forward when you are talking, that means the person is interested in your business. If a person is tapping on his table as you are talking, it means the person wants you to hurry up. If a person is pacing back and forth. So body language, our physiology determines our psychology. Our physiology determines our psychology. In the truth of the matter is that how you feel is seen in your body. Our emotions is buried in our body language. Our body language is our emotions speaking. The mind and the body, they are one. They are together. When your body, if you are tired, you don't have to say it, I will see it. If you are tired, you don't have to say it, I will say it. The movement of the eye, the moving of the body, the hunching of the back, the slightest movement can be a message to a very sensitive marketer. So the one skill that a marketer or networker or entrepreneur must have is called sensory acuity. Sensory acuity. What is sensory acuity? Sensory acuity is the ability to spot changes in your environment, the ability to spot changes in a person's body's movement. You told him to give you money, then he moved. He moved his eyelid. He moved something. Okay, this person needs more convincing. He needs more information. So the body language is the third way. And the last way to determine the person's emotional agenda is through patterns, word patterns, physiological patterns, or anything that has to do with patterns. And this is a body of knowledge I cannot share right now, because all of us are creatures of patterns. You want to become a student of patterns. Become a student of culture, because a culture is a pattern. Religion is a pattern. Denomination is a pattern. You want to study patterns. Certain tribes have patterns. So you study patterns. As a matter of fact, as a student or in this business, you need to study a few things. You want to study power. You want to study life. You want to study people. And you want to study patterns. You want to study power. You want to study life. You want to study people, and you want to study patterns. Patterns is the greatest, because we are creatures of patterns. The quality of our life is as a result of the patterns that we have been exhibiting and living. So people have patterns. By studying the patterns, you can determine their emotional agenda. All right, so let's move. So the first thing we want to do that is major in convincing people is identify people's emotional agenda. That's you want to find out. And how do you communicate effectively? How do you communicate and convince people to join your business, to start? A few things you want to pay attention to. One is this: write this formula down. Write this formula down. Communication equals connect, cast, convince. That is the order. That is the order. That's the sequence. You first connect, then you cast, then you convince. Don't try to convince unless you're first connected. Don't try to cast unless you're first connected. So we can say, therefore, that connection precedes convincing. Connection, connecting with the audience, connecting with the prospect, connecting with the person you are trying to join your business comes before you convince. When you are asking questions, when you are interacting with that person in order to identify his emotional agenda, what you are doing is that you are trying to establish connection. You're trying to find common ground. So what does connection mean? To connect means to gain rapport. You want to gain rapport. You want to be his friend. You want, because people do business with who they like, they trust, and they know. You want to gain rapport. That's the first thing. You want to listen. Don't tell the person about what he wants. Listen first. Listen first so you can know how to customize your pitch, know how to customize your proposal, know how to customize your message to fit into his emotional agenda, to what he wants. You want to identify. Maybe you are a civil servant like he's a civil servant. You want to start from that point. Maybe you're a retiree like he's a retiree. You want to start from that point. You want to be able to relate. You want to share common ground. You want to build trust. And you want to mirror. Now, that mirror, I put the red letters because that word there is very massive. I can teach you. I can spend 1 hour just teaching about the power of mirroring. The power of mirroring in connection is the greatest form of sales. If you want to truly achieve sales success in this business, you need to understand the principle of mirroring. And I will not be teaching you today. But first, before you can communicate effectively, realize that you have to connect. You want to find out people's emotional agenda. So let's move on. The next thing is, after you have connected the person, the next thing you want to do is to cast. What does it mean to cast? Cast means to tell. You need to tell. First, before you tell, you connect. After you've connected, you cast, you tell, you describe, you show. Someone says that in this business that we are doing, three S is important. The first S is that you show. You show. The next S is that you share. And the last S is that you show. You're coming to this group, mute yourself. You're not coming to the group, mute yourself. Please, if you're just coming in, mute your sound. If you just come to the group, please mute your sound. Okay. The first thing is to show. The next thing is to share. Share the opportunity. Show, share, and shape. To shape means that when you begin to help people, when you share an opportunity like this and people begin to succeed, you are shaping society. You are shaping communities. Now, so to cast means to paint pictures with words. If you are a networker that will succeed, you must be a good storyteller. Become a collector of human stories. Become a collector of success stories, of testimonials. When you make 4,000, 10, 8,000, 10,000, start people, even if you're not gotten it, people that have succeeded, tell them, describe how they did it. Be a describer. That's what it means to cast. To cast means to paint pictures with words. And the last part means to convince. That's where you now get to the point that a lot of people start with. People start with influence. People start to persuade. People start with to spur. People start to challenge. When at the beginning, they should be connecting. You spend a lot of time connecting. That's what you should do before you now cast, before you now convince, before you now try to influence, you persuade, you spur, and you challenge. So as we begin to wrap up today, we may not take everything. Let me introduce you to 6 kinds of prospects you will see in the marketplace. As I speak to you today, you have already met them. As you told them about e-cooperative, you met them. You are even one of them. There are 6 kinds of people are in the markets. As you go to, you want to pay attention to this one very critically. They can affect you. Now, before we talk about those 6, let's understand levels of relationship marketing. I told you yesterday there's something called relationship marketing. You need to understand certain terms. Let us define certain terms or certain concepts. Let us define what prospect. So I'm sure you hear the word prospect. What does prospect mean? Let us also define the word customer. Who is a customer? Let's quickly define it. Let's also define client. Who is a client? And let's also define non-customer. What I'm teaching you is people pay a lot, but I'm giving it to you because you're choosing to come for this class. Start with the first one. Who is a prospect? What do you mean by who is the prospect? A prospect is someone who can buy your product. Is someone that can join your product. He is a potential customer, a potential consumer. He wants to buy. He has not bought. He can buy. But will he buy is a different matter. He can buy, but will he buy? He can join, but will he join? Different matter. So a prospect is someone who can buy. He's a potential, buyer. So there are qualities of a good prospect, because in this business of marketing, not everybody should join your for. Not everybody should join your business. If you're a networker, you understand this. You choose, you select. So what are the qualities of a good prospect before you now start picking? As you are assessing them, as you're finding connection, as you're doing qualification, the first thing you want to do is that prospect must be favorable towards you and your industry. He must like networking. He must be interested in networking for you to start discussing. You must be, yes, that means he's a good prospect. If he has ever done networking before, he understands networking. You will not have to spend so much time. That means he's a good prospect. But if a person is negative towards you, the problem is much. You work extra hard. Number 2, a good prospect is someone that is at the center of influence or a leader. So when you are picking your for, pick a leader. Stop picking followers, people that you have to work very hard for. A good prospect is someone who can duplicate or replicate. A good prospect is someone who can multiply without you trying to motivate him or challenge him. So your goal is to identify people at the center of influence, people that can bring you a nation, people that can bring you a community, people that can bring you a large crowd. They may be looking very young, but they have influence, people that are influential. So a good prospect is someone who is at the center of influence or a leader. A good prospect is someone who can purchase your products in large quantities. That's important. Number 4, a good prospect is someone who is in close to you, proximity. By that I mean that if, for example, you're prospecting somebody, you want to physically meet the person, and there's a need for you to physically meet the person must not be 30 minutes, not be further than 30 minutes away from you. Any business that you have to do 30 minutes further away from you is not a good prospect. That means you end up spending all your commission on transportation. You should be able to talk to him on phone, do Skype, do YouTube, Zoom, do WhatsApp, or meet him 30 minutes. A distance more than 30 minutes is not a good prospect. So proximity. And then finally, a good prospect must need your product. His emotional agenda should be that, I need to change my life. My life needs to change. Enough of poverty. That is when the person is a good prospect. So a prospect is someone that can buy your product. So now who is a customer? Who is a customer? A customer is someone who has bought your product. He's a satisfied prospect. He's a realized prospect. A prospect has bought from you, that has joined your company. You no more call him a prospect, you now call him a customer. A customer, he has purchased your product. Now, that is beautiful, right? But you see, you can have customers who just do business with you once and then they leave you alone. So there's something higher than a customer, and that thing is called a client. Who is a client? When you say, my client. Let's see the definition quickly. Who is a client? A client is someone who has bought your product and keeps buying your product and has a relationship with you enough to refer others. When a person buys your product, he's a customer. When he keeps buying and buying, he's still a customer. But when he refers you to other people, oh, that product is good, do business with him, blah, 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 he's now a client. So one of the greatest things you will get from your client is referrals. One of the greatest things you will get from your client is referrals. So you need to be able to move your prospect from prospect to customer, from customer to clients. The difference between a customer and a client is relationship. The difference between a customer and a client is deeper and intimate connections. A client will give you referral. It is the client that will bring you the donation, not the customer. The customer has paid and has gone, but the client will bring you a donation. You need to have clients. Then who is a non-customer? Now, a non-customer is actually a prospect. But here's the difference. A non-customer isn't aware, is not aware, there's no awareness that he needs your product or service, and so requires education and enlightenment. This is where the teaching model of marketing comes in. For those of you who attended class, we discussed the teaching model of marketing. So that when you see a person who does not even know what network marketing is, I don't even know what network marketing is. So you don't start by telling him about the product or about the opportunity, about the business. What you start by teaching him about life, about referrals, about networking, about the opportunity, about its credibility, and so on before you now introduce your business. You get it now? So we have 4 people. We have prospects, we have customer, we have clients, and we have non-customer. So who are the 6 prospects you will meet in the marketplace? Unfortunately, my time is up. Unfortunately, my time is up. And so I want to quickly show you that this knowledge I'm sharing you is small compared to my time is up. We don't want to do more than an hour. I have less than 6 minutes to go, but I'm out of time, but I'm not out of content. Like I said, I will do 30 days with you guys, non-stop back-to-back content. And not just me, there are a lot of other resource persons that eCooperative.Africa has invited to come. The quality of them, they're credible people that will be telling us about. So I want to quickly just share with you the business plan of eCooperative.Africa. And then for those of you who want to join, you can join. It's a very credible business, a very, very incredible business, a very, very incredible business. And just share with you. Let's see how we can make you see it. All right, make you see the opportunity. There's so much to share. Where's the plan here? Let's look at the plan quickly. Let's look at the plan. Okay, let's start. So eCooperative is this is the website to go. If somebody referred you to this business, then you need to get the person's referral link. But if you don't have a person that is sponsor, then you go to www.ecooperative.africa, and then you can click on register, and you'll be given a sponsor to register with. What does eCooperative.Africa does? It helps you to work with people and raise the funds that you seek. So one of the key strong points of eCooperative.Africa is enable you to raise funds for your different projects. That's the more, because that's what cooperative does. We help you to raise funds for your product. But beyond that, and most importantly, as you raise funds, one of the things you also get in your learning material, in your dashboard, in your learning materials, is that you can download quality in slides like I've shared with you. You can download slides. Most of the slides I've talked about, they are there. You can download slides, you can download audio, you can download courses, you can download videos that will help you in your personal life, in your professional life. So there is a lot to learn. As you upgrade from one level to another level, you're going to learn in the business. So I want to encourage you here, make sure you upgrade. Forget about your upline, focus on your downline. Don't allow your downlines to overtake you. If your downlines overtake you in upgrade, you will miss payments. So you want to upgrade to the highest level as possible, as quickly as possible. For those of you who are members, you understand what I'm talking about. Upgrade as quickly as possible so that you don't allow your downlines to take over from you. So it's a learning community where you learn a lot. You can have the opportunity. Then also, interestingly, you can save, you can buy, you can invest. There's an e-commerce. If you go to your dashboard, you see e-commerce, e-commerce is already there. It's going to be launching sometime in September, where, it is so beautiful. It is so beautiful you can buy, you can purchase anything you want to buy. If for those of you who are into network marketing, you're into language, Norland, all those businesses you do and you have products, you can go to the e-commerce platform and upload it in the health and comments, upload it, and people around the cooperative can also purchase. And you can even copy the link and share it to Facebook and WhatsApp, and people can purchase. So it's like a normal e-commerce site that we up. And a lot of things are inside. So you can sell, you can also buy on the platform. That is coming up very soon. You can also save your money. You can save on regular daily basis your money on the platform. You can invest. For those of you that don't like network marketing, but you want to invest, you can invest your money and get returns. So those are the things that you have. Then the beautiful thing about the fundraising and even the e-cooperative is that it's a community-based platform that is designed to help members to grow through a unique peer-to-peer selling strategy. So they do savings, they do fundraisings, they do investment, they do e-commerce, and those are the things that they do. You know, we believe that one way to earn sustainably is to learn. Your financial growth will majorly be as a result of your knowledge growth, especially in the area of finance. So they're so strong on helping you, making sure that you download the materials available. eCooperative Africa provides you audio, video courses that will help you upgrade your financial knowledge. Now, you can also raise funds and make profits. You can crowdfund. These are things we'll discuss. You can do e-commerce. We'll discuss that later. So how do you join? How do you join? Because it's a cooperative, the cooperative is saying, don't give the cooperative money. For you to enter into the business, for you to register, you need to have a sponsor. Who is a sponsor? A sponsor is someone that has a referral link. A sponsor is someone that has registered already in the system, has given somebody a certain amount of money to be in the system. So you get the referral link and then you register. When you register, don't just be on level 0, upgrade to level 1. You'll see the details, the banking details of the person to pay to. You submit your payment and upgrade to level 1. Call the person, tell the person to upgrade to level 1 for you to be a member. What do you need to be a member? For now, since there's no, you need to have a phone number, your phone number, an email address for verification, and a Nigerian bank account. So for the our Ghanaian friends, that they're planning something for Ghana very soon. They're planning for Cameroon, for Kenya, and for all of that. But for now, it is operational in Ghana. You need to have an email, you need to have a phone number, and you need to have a Nigerian bank account. So the marketing plan is simple. So for you to join this business, you need to learn how to work with the power of 4. Work with 4 people. Work with 4 people. The system says learn how to invite 4 people. All you need to do is invite 4 people to join your business. Be careful the 4 people that you invite. The moment you register into the system, and you pay 2,000 to your system, the first thing you're going to get is that you're going to get a welcome package and a digital marketing training on your dashboard. The moment you register for your system, you get a welcome package and a digital marketing training on your dashboard. You also have access to savings, e-commerce, and the investment platform. So look at this diagram, look at this slide, this last part very, very carefully. So that is you. You are registered into e-cooperative. You're on level 0. You want to join the business. There are 4 uplines you have to support, 4 uplines you have to contribute money to, and there are 4 people downwards that you'll receive money from. And that's you there with the black cloth, with a good smile on level 0. For you to move to level 1, let's call this first girl Jane. Let's call that guy with the suit and the tie. Let's call him Joe. Let's call the other lady, the other person Kate. And let's call the last person Musa. So for you to enter the business, you have to give Jane 2,000 naira. The moment you give Jane, support Jane to do her product with 2,000 naira, what will happen, that's about $4, that your dashboard will be filled with certain product, what's more than 2K, which you can download and listen and learn and read quality information. And your goal is to bring 4 persons. You invite 4 persons. You share your referral links with 4 persons. When those 4 persons click and upgrade to level 1, they will give you 2,000 naira each. When you multiply 2,000 naira times 4, what that means is that you're going to get 8,000 naira. Now, if that is your financial goal, you can exit the program. The way the system is designed in such a way that you cannot stop your downlines from progressing. Your downlines can progress with or without you. But if you want to move to the next level, you go to your dashboard and click the term upgrade. When you click upgrade, Joe, who invited your sponsor by the name Jane, his details, his account details will appear. His phone number, his email, and his account details will appear. You are to call him and tell him you want to do a transfer of 4,000 naira from the 8K you've made. You send him 4,000 naira, and then he accepts the payments and confirms you. And then your 4 persons will bring 16 people. Of course, for you to get into upgrade to level 2, you will get materials, commensurate to that amount, and even much more on your dashboard. So your 4 persons will bring 16 people. When your 16 people want to move to level 2, it is your account details that will appear. And each of them will give you 4,000 naira each. That's you receive 4,000 in 16 places. 4,000, 4,000, 4,000, 4,000. When you multiply that, you're going to have 64,000 naira in your account. Some of us are said enjoying this already. Now, if 64,000 naira was your goal, you can say, wow, that's what I want to achieve. That's my goal. And you can exit the program. But if you say, no, I want more, you click on upgrade. When you click on upgrade for level 3, Kate's account details will appear and an email and a phone number. You call her and say, look, I want to make payments. I want to do stuff. It's okay, no problem. Pay. You take 8,000 naira from your money and give to her. You support her. Immediately, the system will transfer quality materials, audio materials worth that amount of money to your dashboard. These 16 people are going to invite 64 people. When the 64 people want to move to level 3, they will see your account details. Your account details will appear on 64 people's dashboard. And they're each going to give you, just like you gave Kate 8K, each of them will give you 8,000 naira each, amounting to 512,000 naira. That is about $1,000, about $1,000. Now, if that was your financial goal, you can leave this program, or you can say, I want to get to the highest level. You click on upgrade, the Musa's account will appear and his details. You now take 16,000 and give to Musa. When the 64 people move to level, the 64 people are going to invite 4 people each, amounting to 256 people. When the 256 people want to move to level 4, it is your account details that will appear. Today, my wife got her first 16,000 from her level 4 person. Me, I've gotten 16,000 naira from for level 4 persons. When the 256 want to move to level 4, it is your account details that will appear, and each of them will pay you 16,000 naira each. When you multiply it, you're going to have 4,096,000 naira. Let's do your account balance. The total amount of money you've earned, the 8,000 naira at level 1, the 4,000 naira at level 2, the 512,000 at level 3, the 4,096,000 at level 4, totals 4,680,000 naira. This money will come in 4,000, 4,000, 4,000, 8,000, 8,000, 8,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 8,000, 16,000, 16,000. That should come in multiples of 16,000, multiples of 8,000, multiples of 4,000, multiples of 2,000. When you calculate your upgrade cost, the money you give to Jane, the money you give to Joe, the money you give to Kate, and the money you give to Musa, your 4 uplines, the total is 30,000. That's the 2,000, the 4,000, the 8,000, 16,000 to 30,000 naira. When you subtract your upgrade cost from the total amount of money you've earned, that's your 8K, your 64,000, your 512,000, your 4,096,000, you have 4,650,000 naira. And all you did was you began with just 2,000 naira. You began with just 2,000 naira. So if you don't give 2,000, you will not receive 8K. If you don't upgrade to level 1, you cannot receive 8K, even if you share a link. If you don't upgrade to level 2 and give 4,000, you cannot receive 64,000 naira. If you don't upgrade to level 3 and give 8K, you cannot receive 512,000. If you don't give 16,000 to your 4th upline, you cannot receive 4,096,000 naira. So that's the flow. You need to be concerned about, make sure you try as much as possible to upgrade to level 4. Try as much as possible to upgrade to level 4. The money is in the upgrades. So you give your 2K, quickly do and get to give your 4K, quickly do and give your 8K, quickly do and get your 16K. So that you don't encounter a downline that is smart. There are certain downlines that when they want to start, they will start at level 4. They will not start with level 1. Some downlines, when they want to start, they will start at level 3. They will not start at level 1. They will start upgrading to level 3. So if you are someone who is slow, that could be a major issue. So this is the metrics here. The beautiful thing about this company is that if you go to your dashboard when you're registered and you're already building a team, and your team, you can see everybody's details, their phone number, their details, their emails, all on the platform. Now, you must be careful about the 4 persons you bring. Remember what I taught you. I said that relationship intelligence is your ability to attract quality people. So you want to attract quality 4 people. Don't be in a hurry to share your link. Make sure the people that you invite are quality people and they are willing to upgrade to level 1. And not just level 1, they're also willing to upgrade to level 2 and level 3 and level 4. You can train them, you can work with them. So your 4 is important. So you have 4, you have 16, you have 64, and you have 256, making a total of 340 people in your metrics. Again, you're not supposed to bring this 340%. All you simply have to do is invite 4 quality people who can replicate, who can also bring their 4. 4 bring 4 upgrade, you make 64,000 naira. 4 bring 4 upgrade, you make 64,000 naira. That is how this business works. So you also have to upgrade for you to be upgraded to. You have to upgrade for you to be upgraded to. Now, so if these are Ghanaian names though, these are Doha, Shifa, Courtney, Mensa. Okay, 4, generation 1 is 4, generation 2 is 16, generation 3 is 64, generation 4 is 256. How do you get your money? You are not giving the money in this system. You're not giving the money to somebody or to an organization. The system says, if you want to join this business, support a corporator, support somebody already in the system. That is give. And when you do that, when you give the 2K or the 4K or the 8K or the 16K, the cooperative will give you quality information products, videos, audios, and courses that you can download into your system and benefit. So the value that you are getting for contributing to somebody's business in the cooperative is those information products. So one of the beautiful things about this business is that one of the greatest advantages of this business is that money is paid instantaneously by hand to you or direct to your bank account by your downlines. It is direct. They pay, your account details are appearing. When you do your registration, in completing your registration, you have to put your account details. Very soon, they'll add your cryptocurrency details and so on. So in that system. So you need to understand this very carefully. Money is transferred to the other, and in return, the value you're getting is the information product that you are going to receive. So, my dear friends, this is a simple plan. You can use 2,000 naira and with a team of people, build a network and generate 4.6 million in 54 days, and it's very possible. You can work this in. So if anyone invited you, go and meet them, tell them, share your referral link to me, and make sure that they give that referral link so that you can register quickly. Register. It's already flying. We are getting numbers are increasing. You need to register like right now. So the next thing I want to say to us is this: the challenge for today, challenge day number 2. Challenge day number 2 is this: call all your downlines and have a conversation with them about life, about their business, about their family, without discussing e-cooperative. Call all people that you know on your contact as much as people and just have a chit chat with them. Do not discuss e-cooperative. Just have a chit chat with them, find out how they are doing, find out what is going on in their lives. If you can meet with them one-on-one, just have a chit chat with them without discussing e-cooperative for now. The third day will be that you are going to discuss, because the idea now is that these people that you are discussing with, you want to find out their emotional agenda, what is going on in their lives at the moment, especially the quality ones you think that can join your business. So for today, reach out to them, chat them up. How are you doing? What's up? Let's have a conversation and all of that. At best, invite them to come for the Zoom meeting. At best, invite them to come for the Zoom meeting. So our challenge for today is call as many people as you know in your network and find out how they are doing. Those that have not called in a long while, just find out how you're doing. And at best, invite them for a meeting, this meeting to come. Let's discuss. That is our challenge for today. All right. Thank you guys for listening to me. I have a very fantastic friend. His name is Kingsley. I don't know if Kingsley has something to say to us. Kingsley, go ahead. Talk to us.
What do I have to say when my doctor has finished talking? Thank you so much. I think I have, what I want to say to everyone listening right now is that I am someone that values knowledge, and I hate when people devalue knowledge. What you just listened to now is a 1 million naira training. George Asian does not charge anything less than 1 million naira in his training. I have been mentored by him for 11 years now, and I tell you, I have not even been privileged to learn some of the things I have learned this night. So if you have learned it, quickly take action. I know he's going to give me a day where I'm going to teach. So, but I'm not teaching today. I'm just telling you, if someone invited you here, what is 2,000 naira? I call it urgent 2K to make 4 million naira. Take that urgent 2K, that pizza 2K, and jump on board. Even if you don't do the marketing, when the e-commerce come, you're going to sell your products, you're going to sell your shoes, your clothes on the e-commerce platform. You cannot sell on the e-commerce platform until you are a member, and it's just 2,000 naira. And think about all the slides and the videos that are there for you to educate yourself and to grow more. So if someone invited you here now, quickly reach back to the person with your 2,000, no plenty explanation, with your 2,000 naira, you're on board. And finally, it is either you join us now to build, or you watch us build and come later and regret that you would have joined when we started. Thank you very much, Dr. George.
All right. So we're going to continue tomorrow. Is there any question? Do you have any challenge? Okay, let me see. Yes. Oh, welcome the man with the golden voice. All right. So it's a lot enough. Let me see what people are saying. I want to give me a minute. Someone is saying, thank you, doctor. We welcome the man with the golden voice. Even your voice alone is enough to convince.